Here's Sunday night. This is what we all left before I had to fly back home and work the next day. um, Slipknot. Oh my God, they were amazing. First time. It's not actually the first time I've gotten to see them. It's the first time that I was sober getting to see them, because they've played other festivals that I've gone to, and I have seen them, but I don't remember a lot. So I would say that this is now again, this was when I was in like college. So that's why, I really don't, I haven't drank that much for the last 10 years or whatever, but I do drink, don't get me wrong. I just not as much. And they were amazing, dude. He was so positive, just a great performance. They did a lot of their classics that I recognized. They did some new stuff. And just, again, a great message, a great band, and I love them. Next up, Machine Gun Kelly. And I just, I'm sick of people telling me he's good when I know he's not. And now that I've seen him live, it confirmed that he is not good. He does Paramore covers, and all he does is talk shit about people. So get this. We all know his beef with, he was a rapper. And that's how I always knew MGK, as a rapper. And he beefed with Eminem. Eminem put him in his place. Put him in his place so hard that no one wanted to buy his music as a rapper anymore. He's lucky that he's friends with Travis Barker, and Travis was willing to help him out and get on an album with him. And now he's suddenly the savior of punk music. Get the fuck out of here. I grew up in the 90s when we had real fucking punk music, real rock music, original mainstream rock and punk. Not only that, pop punk. We had the metalcore in the 2000s and the emo. Like, MGK is not that. He's fake. He's corporate produced. And if one more person tells me, oh, well, he's fucking Megan Fox, that just proves my fucking point. If I tell you that his music's not good and your only response to me is, oh, well, he's fucking Megan Fox doesn't make your music better. If you would tell me, hey, listen to this song. Do you hear that? And do you hear the lyrics? Do you see how that kind of goes together and the meaning behind it? No, you can't, because he does fucking Paramore covers and trash-ass music that producers write for him. And the only reason that he's semi-famous is because he works with Travis Barker. So get the fuck out of here. And here's the thing that I didn't like. While we had Slipknot and Machine Gun Kelly, they were playing different stages at the same time. They were the headliners. I saw both of them. I even went over to, because I had to check out MGK, because everyone kept telling me how good he is and how much they love him. So I had to check him out. So I go over there, and he's talking shit about Corey Taylor and Slipknot. And I'm like, did you not learn your lesson? Did you not learn your lesson? You talk shit about Eminem, and then you turn punk. You got ran out of the rap game, and you turned punk. Now you're talking shit about Slipknot when the whole time they're being nothing but positive and telling everyone to come together, and that the real enemy is not each other. It's the powers that be, etc., etc. And you're talking shit. Like, fuck you, Machine Gun Kelly. You're a fucking tool. What a fucking tool bag. What a fucking tool bag. I don't care. I hope he fucking hears this. You're a fucking tool bag. You're talking shit about everyone. Have you not? So now that he's talking shit about Slipknot, he's probably going to turn reggae or country. I guarantee in another year, when he keeps talking shit about other bands in the genre, he's going to get run out of that too. He's going to put on a cowboy hat, and suddenly he's Machine Gun Kelly. Like, fuck you. Sorry, I didn't mean to get that upset, but like, seriously, fuck you. Okay, the Flaming Lips. Devo. Here's a story I'll tell you. So there was a lot of our kind there, right? There's a lot of rock, a lot of piercings, a lot of tattoos, a lot of all black in 100-degree weather. But so all of us were there, and there all these bands, Rise Against, Coheed, all the smaller bands that are, Simple Plan, Newfound Glory, or, like I said, some of the heavier bands. That's what most people were there for, right? Because that's what the fest originated as. And you can see over the years they've started, like Warped Tour. Warped started being a punk rock show, and then they expanded and they started getting different genres in there. So that's what I see Riot Fest as kind of being, like that Warped Tour type of deal. And now they've expanded and they get a lot of the classics along with like a mix of genre. It's just a good festival. There's something for everyone. Anyway, as excited as all of us were to be there for a lot of these bands, I'm telling you, hands down, the most excited fans that were at the show weren't the rock bands, weren't the punk bands, weren't the reggae bands, weren't all the big genres. The fans with the biggest smiles on their face were 1, the Flaming Lips, and 2, Devo. So many people had those little hats on, running around, looks like they have like a bowl on their head or whatever. And like dun 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 dun. Oh my goodness. Every time I saw a screenshot of the camera of the fans in the front row just singing along, biggest smiles, they were having the most fun, they were laughing, like I loved it, man. It was a big pick. I love seeing people be happy and be happy at festivals and music. I mean, that's what I love. So no matter what genre or what band, if you get that emotion, if you get that feeling, I love seeing that. So those 2 bands, the Flaming Lips and Devo, probably have the most passionate fans out of everyone that was there. No matter how big the band was, even the Slipknot people, because they were added, semi-late. So who knows who actually just went there to see Slipknot. But people specifically went to go see the Flaming Lips and Devo. And Flaming Lips was an incredible show. He started off in a bubble, and then he just comes out of the bubble. But then he has a mask on. I'm like, I don't get what's going on. You didn't have a mask on. Now you have a mask on. I was just so confused. Okay, rest of the lineup, because I'm starting to get carried away here. Newfound Glory, Simple Plan, Anthrax, The Ghost Inside, another fucking amazing band. Body Count, that was a lot of fun because it was Ice-T's band. And Ice-T is a bad motherfucker. He probably cusses more than Samuel L. Jackson. He said some funny-ass shit, too. But yeah, they were a good time. Thursday, K-Flay, Knuckle Puck, another great band, one of my favorite punk bands. Health, The Bled, Mother, 303. Never been into those guys. Really nice dudes. Got to meet them on the Warped Cruise, but, not a big fan of their music. Alex G. Okay, the band I wanted to see the most going into it was Fever 333, and they did not disappoint. Best fucking show out of... I could go into this whole... Maybe I should just do a Riot Fest episode where it's like an hour of me talking. It would probably be boring. You probably wouldn't be into it, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, Fever 333, dude, they're as advertised. They stand for something. They stand for being respectful, treating women right, treating LGBTQ. Is that right? And everything. But they mean it. They're not just because everyone gets up there and preaches, all right? You can tell when someone means it, and you can tell when they're not. And their whole thing from the beginning has always been about those kind of things, and just being equals as humans, and justice and different things like that. So they did not fucking disappoint, man. They're one of those bands that doesn't give a fuck. They go hard for the whole fucking set. Like, their shit's getting destroyed. He climbed up the rafters and he put his mic through the thing at the top. And this was high up, dude. These are big stages. You weren't like, you know how a festival had one big stage and then 2 smaller? No, these were all like big stages. And he climbed all the way up there. He like pulled the mic through and was like singing from up there. I thought he was going to jump. Now I know because of insurance, they probably wouldn't let him, or they was told not to, and he didn't. But at the same time, he did climb all the way up there. Then he started climbing down. And in my head, I'm thinking, wait, he left the mic up there. Does he not know the mic? And then I see him get down, and then he's tries to pull it. But I don't think he remembers that he actually looped it through to hold it there so it would just hold there while he sung, and he didn't. So then he's trying to pull it down, and all you hear is the microphone like slapping and just making these big bangs against the thing. I'm like, oh my God, but he didn't give a fuck. That's the whole point. They don't give a fuck, man. And then he finally gets down, then he starts using the guitarist mic, and then they get the other one working, but it's still caught up there, but the cord is long as fuck. I mean, that thing had to be like 300 feet. I'm not joking. It had to be long as fuck because somehow he pulled it all the way down and then still had enough room to take it halfway over the stage before it like was too taut where he couldn't move with it. And then he continued to sing out of both mics. So when he was on the one side, he would sing out through the main mic. When he was on the other side, he was singing out through his guitarist. But they were amazing. I love Fever 333. Just everything advertised. Definitely go see them. Kenny Hoopla was a lot of fun too. I was surprised about that. Bleach, The Gories, Faxed, Rat Boys, Black Star Kids, The Clockworks, Pet Symmetry. That I always, until just now, I always thought it was Pet Cemetery, but I know that's a movie. But I guess that's what this was a play on, Pet Symmetry. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe like pets, and they want them to be all symmetrical. Milk Belly, never heard of them. Jim Schwartz, I've heard of, pretty good. The Weekdays, Airstream, Future. So that was Riot Fest this year. A lot of big bands.